Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Caron Koteles Riha with Caron's Corner Fireside Chat here at Real Estate One in downtown Rochester. Today we have Joe Chila, and he is with Rochester School of Music, formerly JC's, but it's been Rochester School of Music for some time.
So, Rhythm and Groove.
Yeah, Rhythm and Groove, that's right. Yeah. So thanks for joining us.
Sure,
thank you. Tell us a little bit about how you have evolved into the Rochester School of Music.
Well, I'll go back to the earlier times. I started as a drum school, private drum school, in a room a little bigger than this, down in Auburn and John R. area. And that slowly grew into my percussion shop, specialty shop, which we had about a couple thousand feet of nothing but drums and percussion instruments from all over the world. I had a room this big with cymbals, nothing but cymbals. So, we were a destination shop, if you will. And it grew quite a bit over the years until, again, like when we moved for about the fourth time or fifth time down here into downtown Rochester, the internet and stuff kind of started taking control of the economy, and, nobody came in anymore. So we started to grow the students, which we always had. I always had tons of drum students. Probably 150 a week would come through various ages for drum lessons. But again, as the internet started taking over, I started adding piano instructors and guitar and so forth.
So you've got a staff of how many?
About 10 teachers now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so 4 or 5 piano teachers,
So you can really accommodate quite a few students then.
Yeah. Our drum population is still the biggest, because that was our start, and our focus, of course, is on that. But
that's your favorite, right?
Yeah, okay. Of course. But I have a fair amount of piano students as well, and guitarists, ukulele. I think there's a couple bass students.
So your students are, I heard you've had some pretty older students.
Yes.
And some young students.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about the range of the ages that you teach.
Well, we'll take anybody at any age.
Okay.
But the oldest so far has been 95, I believe. Take ukulele lessons. And he's pretty cool. And I mentioned we had an 85-year-old. I think he was 86 when he finally retired. But he was a great guy, Mr. Shepard, and he was with us about 10 years, piano.
Wow.
And he stuck it out because he knew it was great for his mind and his cognitive skills and all that stuff. And it is. So at any rate, he was actually featured on, Channel 4 a few years ago. I think it was during that epidemic thing, COVID. Somebody found out we were teaching anybody and everybody, but specifically a few older folks. And
that's great.
It really was cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was nice. But we go all the way down to about 4 or 5-year-olds.
So you do classes for 4 or 5-year-olds, and usually how many do you have in a classroom?
Well, we do this little kids rock and roll class, and the kids play piano, guitar, drums. They sing. 4 is about where we max out.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll squeeze a 5th in there, but we like to keep it small because it works better.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, it is really. Generally, they do pretty well. The idea of the class is to get them playing a couple of these songs that are written for the class.
So at the end of their 8 weeks, is it 6 weeks, 8 weeks?
It's about 8 weeks.
Okay, and then you have a concert for them?
We do a little concert.
Oh, fun.
Sometimes we do it in the studio. Sometimes we've done it like at the Rochester Play a few times.
Yeah.
We have done a few at a local club when we can coordinate it. Because I do. For years, I've been hiring bands or musicians, professional musicians, to play songs with students. So the students will sit in with our band, so to speak.
Yeah.
So once or twice a year, we do a live show, if you will, or concert, where the students, any age, we have adults that have done it as well. We just finished one actually a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, we do these little, people call them recitals. Some people call them concerts, shows.
Yeah.
They're performances.
Yeah.
They're all the same thing basically. But we'll do them 3-4 times a year. And if the little kids class can be the warm-up bands for these things, we've been able to do that a couple times.
Oh, that's so great.
It's
so
been
it
pretty
gives
cool.
them that exposure to being in front of other people and having an audience, not just their parents.
Right, yeah.
So do you have a favorite genre of music that you like to perform or teach?
Oh, me for sure.
Yeah, what's that?
The world of jazz.
Oh, nice.
Would be my favorite.
Okay.
But, and there's all kinds of jazz. So, I mean, I would say my favorite is big band jazz.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you even know what that is, but
I have heard it. I know what that is. So
Count Basie.
Do you perform anywhere?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
all
where do you
over.
perform? Are you for hire for performances too?
Yeah, I'm like many musicians in town.
Yeah.
A musician for hire. Drummer specifically. I just played yesterday in Plymouth with a high school band and a bunch of professional musicians. We were out there actually putting on a concert along with the high schoolers.
Yeah, that's fun.
So that was kind of cool.
So
it was big band.
Do you also teach high schoolers, not necessarily what they're learning in band class, but something on the side?
Yeah, quite a few. I like to take the high schoolers or the middle schoolers that are wanting to do school band stuff because most of them really need a lot of help in that regard. But we all have students up 70-year-old drummers so far that I've had. 75, I think, was my oldest drum student as a beginner. So again, all ages we take. It doesn't really matter. You can start an instrument whenever.
Yeah, that sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, we get a fair amount of folks that, they've done the family thing for so many years and they're semi-retired or, 50-ish, 60, and they want to start their instrument or maybe actually take the lessons they couldn't take when they were kids.
Yeah, well, it sounds fantastic. I can tell you enjoy what you do.
For the most part.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Well, Joe, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, pleasure.
And we will share your information with our viewers, and they can check you out. You're not too far from Rochester High School here in downtown Rochester. So Joe Chila with Rochester School of Music. I am Caron Koteles Riha. Thanks for joining us, and don't make a move without me.